Alycats, indie viewers. So today is another monthly favorites for July 2014. It's part 2, of course, and it's getting super close to my birthday. I'm super excited, so this is why this is up a little bit earlier than I would normally have it up. And I have been going through a lot lately, so I'm sorry for, just being kind of down and all that, but I'm going to try to be happy. I'm working on it. And, I'm just going to start with my favorites because I love to make these videos, so, what better way to cheer myself up than by making some of my favorite videos. So, my favorite book for the last couple of weeks has been The Last Forever by Deb Coletti, and this was sent to me by Roger, who has been so sweet to me. And this book is amazing, and if you've never read Deb Coletti's novels, read them. Just read all of them because they're fantastic. But this one is about a girl, which I forget her name already. Oh my gosh, I have a terrible memory. Tessa. About a girl named Tessa. Her mom has died and she lives with her dad. Her dad's a pothead. So he randomly decides to take her to her, her grandma's house, takes her off school and everything, and they go on this road trip, and at first she hates it, but then she loves it. She falls in love with this boy, and she's obsessed with plants. And, there's some shocking twists about the guy and all that, It's typical YA romance stuff, but it's such a wonderfully written book, and I love it so much. It's not going to appeal to guys, I can already tell you that much. So yeah, and I've got some other girly stuff in this favorites video, so I'm sorry guys, I know you're 70-something% of my viewership, but I'm a girl, so I have to talk about girly stuff sometimes too, But this was a phenomenal novel, so anyone interested in Deb Coletti, definitely pick this up because it's so worth it. It's a wonderful book. Wonderful. I love it. Highly recommend it. And thank you again, Roger, for sending that to me. Now moving on to the movies I love this month, there's been about three. The first one, since I have it, I'm just going to show it to you first. But it's Juno, which I'm sure most of you have seen already, but if you haven't, you need to watch this. This is one of the most touching, witty, sharp comedies of all time, in my opinion. I love Juno, and Juno's the story of a 16-year-old girl who gets pregnant. This was before 16 and pregnant ever came along, and this film basically jump-started Ellen Page's and Michael Cera's film careers. They had been in some other films and TV shows before, but this film really just, shot them into stardom, and for a good reason. It's a fantastic film. I just rewatched it, and even though it is a little aged now, it's still wonderful. It's got one of the most amazing, quirky soundtracks ever in a film, and I just love the story. This makes me laugh. A lot of movies don't make me laugh, but this one does, and it also really, really just warms my heart and breaks my heart sometimes, and it's just wonderful. It's my favorite Jason Reitman film, and I just have to say, if you haven't seen Juno, watch it. And by the way, every movie, TV show, game, or whatever I talk about in this video will have a link in the description box down below so you can see the trailer and see if it's something you'd be interested in. So if you haven't seen Juno, watch the trailer that is in the description box down below and see if it's something you're interested in, because you might freaking love it. And the next film was the Lego Movie, and I know I'm super late to this. I never saw it in theaters and Netflix just got it, but I loved it. It was adorable, cute, funny. Yes, it was funny. I laughed at it. But I loved it. I loved the story of Emmett, who he just believes he's an ordinary guy. He wants to be ordinary at first, but then he learns he's the master builder, and he has to take on President Business, and it's got so many different celebrities voicing these characters. I mean, there's Chris Pratt, Will Arnett, Morgan Freeman, Elizabeth Banks. I mean, there's so many people, and there's just little Lego minifigs of so many different characters like Batman and Green Lantern and Superman and Wonder Woman, and there's just so many different, characters, and I love Unikitty. Oh my gosh, Unikitty is so freaking cute. This movie is perfect for people of any age. I mean, even if you're an adult, watch the Lego Movie because it's so cute, and it's just so entertaining. Everything is awesome. The song that is played in this film will get stuck in your head, I swear. It still plays in my head like every day now since I've seen that film. And the last movie that I really enjoyed this month, and you're going to laugh if you're a guy, but it's Endless Love. And this is a remake of an 80s film, and it's like The Notebook, but it's not as good. But it's still pretty good. It really warmed my heart. It filled my sugary, girly, need to watch a romantic film void that was in my heart. But it stars Alex Pettyfer and Gabriella Wilde, and, Alex Pettyfer's character is a boy who is, he's in the lower, middle class, financial area, while the girl, who's played by Gabriella Wilde, is very wealthy, and of course her parents don't want her to date him, but they fall in love anyway. You get the drift. It's really similar to The Notebook, but I really enjoyed it. It touched my heart. Alex Pennifer, of course, is gorgeous to look at, so that wasn't a pain at all to watch, but if you're a girl or if you like romantic films, Endless Love was definitely a really good one, and it actually surprised me how great it was and how much I enjoyed it. So yeah, it definitely cheered me up when I was feeling down, so I really enjoyed Endless Love. I think I said Endless Love was the last movie, but actually I'm going to put Sharknado in the film category. It could be either film or TV, but Sharknado is so bad, it's good. I mean, this is campy, schlocky, sci-fi B-movie-ness at its best, and of course it's got Ian Ziering, Tara Reid, John Hurd, and Cassie Serbo in it. And Ian Ziering just kicks a lot of major ass in this film. But it's cheesy, okay? It's really about sharks attacking Los Angeles, which is really weird. It's like there's hurricanes and tornadoes, water spouts, and the sharks, are tossed into Los Angeles. People get eaten. There's a lot of gore and stuff. It's cheesy. It's funny. I laughed throughout this whole movie. It's listed as a horror film, but it's really funny, actually. But the close to the end is the most epic part, where Ian is chainsawing shark. Yeah. So I'm glad I watched it. I'm actually going to watch the second one, which comes out on my birthday, so I'm going to watch Sharknado 2, the second one. That is actually the name of the second Sharknado film. So if any of those films sound like they're interesting to you, check out the trailer in the description box down below. And now moving on to TV, I've got 3 shows. The first one is Defiance. Defiance is a sci-fi show, original sci-fi show. It's really good. And I know the video game got a lot of hate and got lukewarm reception, but the show is fantastic. It has some, it's kind of reminiscent of Firefly. Not as good as Firefly, okay? Nothing could ever be as good as Firefly. But it's got some similar touches, like they say Stocko instead of the S word, but which is really funny. Like, you can say Stocko just hit the fan, but it's really fun. It's not really funny, but, it's a good show. What am I saying? I don't know. But Defiance is a very sci-fi heavy TV show. I can't talk. But it's a very sci-fi heavy TV show, and it stars Grant Bowler and Julie Benz, which Grant Bowler was in True Blood and Julie Benz was in Dexter. And, Grant Bowler plays Jeb Nolan, who comes with his daughter Arissa, who is adopted. And they go to Defiance, which is actually St. Louis in the future after the apocalypse has happened, basically. And there's these different species that live in Defiance. There's humans, Erathians, Castathans, Votan. There's so many different species, and you can see how they interact and war with each other. And Day Taktar is one of the best villains I've seen in a TV show in a while. And, the special effects are actually pretty good in this show. I mean, the production quality is pretty high for a sci-fi show. I mean, it's pretty good, and I love it. I'm so glad I started watching it, which I know the second season's on right now, and I'll have to wait for that to come out on DVD, but I really like Defiance, so check out the trailer, see if it's something you would like, and, if you like Firefly, I'm just going to say go ahead and watch Defiance, because, it's very similar, but not as good, but it's similar. The second show is Finding Carter. Now, this is an MTV original show, which I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, MTV show, ugh. I know, I thought the same thing too, so I didn't have really high expectations for this show, but it's actually, quite touching. Now, Carter, she's lived her whole life thinking this woman is her mother, which she finds out after a night with her friends, which ends up with her ending up in jail, that her mother is actually her kidnapper who kidnapped her when she was 3. So she's immediately shipped off to her actual family, which she hates. She wants to be with her mom, but her actual family, she's got a mom and dad, and a twin sister and a younger brother, and she hates it. Like, she hates being there. She wants to be with her mom, who is actually her kidnapper, but her family that she goes and lives with has secrets of their own. The father is a writer. He's writing a book about her without her knowing, and the mother is a detective, and she's spying on Carter. And the sister basically hates Carter. The brother loves her. And it's just it's really hard to describe, but it's such a good show. I mean, there's humorous touches. You know, it's fun to watch Carter be rebellious, but it's also kind of like, ugh, I really hope I wasn't like that as a teenager. But yeah, I'm loving Finding Carter. It's a great new show. It's one of MTV's best scripted shows I've seen. So definitely check it out, or at least check out the trailer. And the last show that I've really enjoyed this month, which it just started, is a mini-series basically, but it's The Strain, which is based on the book by Chuck Hogan and Guillermo del Toro. And Guillermo is actually the producer of the show. It comes on FX, in the United States at least. And it's about vampires, but these vampires aren't your typical vampires. They're creepy. They have like this tube thing that comes out of their mouth and they attach it to the person's neck and suck the life out of them basically. But the story is, there's this plane full of passengers, and it's full, and it lands at the airport, but they get, like, the people at the airport are trying to contact the pilot, no one's answering, so they go to investigate, and they find out that everyone in the plane is dead, or at least they think so. There's about 4 survivors, but they come alive after a little bit. But then, after the show has started, you know, and gone through all the major character development, all that, you find out that all these people are coming back to life, and they're vampires, and they're not your glittery vampires. I love Twilight, don't judge me, but they're not your glittery, gorgeous-looking vampires. These are creepy vampires. They're not attractive at all, and this is more of a, it's not scary to me, but some people have said it's scary. It's not, you know, it's not a romantic vampire show. It's meant to be scary and gross. And that's why I love it so much, because it takes risks, and I love it. Definitely check it out if you like horror, especially if you love supernatural stuff, vampire-related stuff. It's really, really good, and the production values are really high on it. So I really recommend watching The Strain, especially if you love the book, then watch the show at least. Now we're moving on to the games part, and these games are actually all digital. I don't have them with me, but let's just get started. The first one was The Wolf Among Us, Episode 5, Cry Wolf, and that was the very last episode of The Wolf Among Us. I played the entire season, and I loved it. It's phenomenal. It's by Telltale Games, who created the Walking Dead point-and-click game, you know, the one that got a lot of good reviews. Not Survival Instinct, okay? But The Wolf Among Us was a fantastic murder, mystery, noir type of game. I loved it. I loved all the characters. And I love how the cliffhanger ended with this season. And I can't wait for Season 2. They better make a Season 2. Because I have to know what happens with the residents of Fabletown after what happened at the end of this game. I'm not going to spoil it. The trailer down below will be for the final episode. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch the trailer for the episode of the game. It's really weird to say episode of a game. But yeah, it was fantastic. And if you've got The Wolf Among Us, or if you played it, download all the episodes, play it, love it. It's fantastic. Trust me. I love it. It's probably going to be my top 10 games of this year, just saying. So yeah. Next game is a really quirky platformer that was free on PS4 for anyone that had PS Plus. I think it's available on PS3 and might be available on PC. I'm not sure about that. But it's called Stick It to the Man. And it's very easy. It's not difficult at all, but it's charming. And it's just your little dude. He's walking along one day, you know, you're controlling him, and all of a sudden he gets whacked in the head, and he comes to and he finds out he has this big glowing hot pink hand coming out of his head. And this hand can read people's minds, and when it reads people's minds, it turns your light bar on the PS4 controller pink, which I love, and then their thoughts come out through the speaker, which is awesome. And then you find out what they want, and then you platform some, and you can pull down scenery and all that. And when you pull down scenery, you see these stickers, and when you find the appropriate sticker, you go back to the person whose thoughts you read, or the animal whose thoughts you read. Yes, you can read animals' minds, and you give them a sticker. And then that's basically the entire game, but it's really charming and quirky, and I recommend checking it out, at least playing a demo. It's really fun, it's really easy, but, you know, it's really gorgeous looking. I love the art style, and I just loved how quirky and charming it was. And the last game this month, it's not really a game, but it's the Destiny beta. And I love Destiny so far. I love, you know, my class. I'm playing as a hunter, And I love that Ghost, your little floating robot AI companion, is voiced by Peter Dinklage, who is, of course, Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. But it's awesome. I love the first-person shooting in this game. It's so buttery smooth, and I usually hate first-person shooters. I wasn't a fan of Halo, and this is made by the creators of Halo, but I love Destiny. It's so much fun, and I've been having a lot of fun just going to the tower. You can actually make your character dance in this game, which is really fun. And a really funny story real quick. Apparently I was the only female in my server, so I'm at the tower, I'm just chilling because I don't know why I'm chilling at the tower. But, I decide, hey, I'm going to start dancing. So I push the dance button, and then I look, and a circle of male players are circling me, watching my character dance. Apparently they're starved for female attention, even if it's AI. Of course, my character is gorgeous. She's got, like, purple hair that's in pigtails, and, I made her gorgeous looking, okay? So, kind of my fault, and I made her dance, but it was really funny. And these were all actual players on the PS4 server, and it was awesome, and I love it. I can't wait for it. I'm actually thinking about pre-ordering the game so I can get it when it comes out, and I can play it and play with y'all. Play co-op. I played co-op with my friend Rich, and it was a lot of fun. I'm sorry I accidentally left the fire team after the first mission, Rich. I feel bad about that. But it was a lot of fun to play with Rich, and I had so much fun playing with the beta. Oh my gosh, this game is going to be amazing. I wasn't excited about it before, but now I totally am. And I gotta thank Rich for giving me the beta code, so thank you, Rich! And now, all the music I love, of course, will be in the description box down below. All the links to all the songs. Let me know what you think about them. Let me know which ones you liked or didn't like, or if you even listened to them. I don't know, but I love music, so of course there's going to be 10 songs down there, like always. Of course, the last part of my favorites videos always go toward YouTubers that I loved in the past couple of weeks. And I'm just going to get started. And of course you can find their channels in the description box down below. Seriously, you can find every single trailer link, every channel link in the description box down below. Just open it up and you can find it. But let's just get started with YouTubers. The first one off is Boyce Avenue. And Boyce Avenue is this band, and they cover basically every popular song that comes out. And they're phenomenal. I haven't heard a bad cover yet. I mean, they blow my mind with how great they are. And no, they're not gaming or film or anything related. They're just musical, but they're fantastic. Give them a listen because all their songs are amazing. But I really love their covers of Radioactive by Imagine Dragons and For the First Time by The Script. Those are two of my favorite covers of theirs. But all their covers are fantastic, so give them a listen. Now moving on to smaller YouTubers, because Boyce Avenue has like 5 million subscribers. Game Not Loaded. Game Not Loaded was a newer Alycat, so I checked out his channel and I really enjoy it. He does a lot of pickups, and he's also got like video responses and other kinds of videos, but he's got such a great personality. I love seeing what you pick up, and I just love your attitude. So go check out his channel. And another newer Alycat that I really enjoy, their channel is SNEStastic. I hope I said that right. But I love your Ask SNES series. It's basically like Inside Alyssa White, where he takes questions and answers them, but his are longer and, more epic than mine. And I also love your boxed NES and SNES collections, or NES and SNES, whatever you want to call them. He's got a lot of those, and those are awesome to watch as well. And he's just a great guy, and he's so nice. You're so nice, dude. You're so nice. So check out SNEStastic. And the final channel I have to give a shout out to is another newer Alycat. What? All these new Alycats have amazing channels. That's one of the perks of being an Alycat. I watch your channel. But it's Bossum Burf. I hope I said that right. But Bossum Burf does pickup videos and, reviews and, some other kinds of videos. But I love your personality. I love all these guys with personalities. They're awesome. They're all awesome. And they all have great taste in games. But Bossum Burf is really nice. Everyone's really nice. He's really awesome. So check out Bossum Burf, Game Not Loaded, SNEStastic, and Boyce Avenue. Those are the channels I've been watching a lot of these last few weeks, and I've really enjoyed them. So those were my favorites this month. Let me know what your favorites were for the month of July, and let me know what your favorites of my favorites were. And I would totally love to know. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe to become an Alycat, because you know, being an Alycat is awesome, okay? It comes with a lot of perks. I watch your channel, I give you lots of love and hugs, and I give you 1,000,000 cool points. You know, it's kind of like instant transfer of cool points, so do it. Just get a finger muscle, do it, click it, you know. Just click it. Just click the subscribe button, and you can hear me totally mess up my speech because I get too excited. Best thing ever. And favorites that your friends and family can see. Share me as long as you do it nicely. And I hope you have a great day. And I love each and every one of you so much. Peace and kisses. Bye.